In this episode, I'll be sailing from Kattegat to the Kiel Canal in Germany. I'm becalmed, encounter yet more thunderstorms, and sail across shallow waters as I make my way south. I explore the eastern Danish islands, try my hands at high seas piracy, and tinker with a few upgrades to my boat before finally reaching Germany and the entrance to the Kiel Canal. I just left Hals. I didn't leave yesterday because it was thunderstorms coming in from the west. I'm finally through with Limfjorden. This is Kattegat. So it's a narrow stretch between Sweden and Denmark. But I'm not going to Sweden though. I really want a spinnaker. I've done 10 nautical miles. So according to the weather forecast, the wind is gonna die down completely at around 3. That's old Danish nursery rhyme sung in Norway. And since I'm actually in Kattegat, since I've got a oar, rowing my boat, it seemed fitting to sing it. I'm running the gas monster. Sails down. It's dead quiet an hour before it was supposed to. I don't have any internet and I'm trying to get crews and it's kind of difficult to answer them without a connection. So what I'm gonna do, I'm gonna take my cell phone and I'm gonna hoist it up the mast. The phone is safely up the mast. I've got internet again. And according to the weather forecast, the wind's gonna turn in a couple hours. It'll give me some chop. So I'm just using the lawnmower full throttle. Using a ton of dino juice, but I'm putting out 5 knots. There's a crack in the outboard bracket. I've known about it for a long time and I'm an idiot for not fixing it. But when I ran the engine full throttle, it started expanding. So I'm gonna show it. So going at 3.5 instead of 5 knots meant that I would have gotten to the outer harbor at around 2 in the middle of the night. I'll pick one that's slightly closer. It's called Bønnerup. Got the electric back on. If it wasn't for the fact that there's gonna be a hell of a lot of wind here tomorrow, I might actually have considered anchoring here just for the novelty of it. It works. Now I don't have to yell into the camera. And I can even hear my own thoughts. I prefer electric, there's no doubt about that. It's just the battery technology isn't really there yet for long hauls. Now I could buy more batteries, but I will be on another trip because I can't really afford that. If I have the chance to make it worth my while, I'll actually sell that one and I'll get a bigger one. Assens, the producer of that Treacherous 3.0, I've got a couple of bigger engines, 24-volt versions. So there's one called the Ventura, which is 2.5 kilowatt engine. So I could actually run that one off my current setup. I would just have to run my batteries in series instead of parallel. That was quite a mission to find a spot where I tie up today. I did 31.9 nautical miles, probably 0.9 inside the harbor. Well, that's Bønnerup. Kind of in a hurry, so I forgot to film it. I got a nice southern breeze now, so I can get around here. So I'm just sailing on a reach. It's kind of coming from the southeast already, so I'm just trying to clear it before it turns to a proper easterly. There's white caps. Weather forecast said 5, but this isn't 5, so I can't really make headway. So I actually think I'm gonna turn around. And now I'm behind land again. It's pretty chill, huh? Sails are neatly trimmed, so I don't really have to steer much. Having an average speed of 3.5 knots and no diesel engine kind of hampers your performance. Guys that started at the same time as me across Biscay already. But I mean, at least I get to see more of the places I visit. Of course, I'm not gonna hide it. I'm scared when it blows up. So, pushing myself way more now than I did 2 years ago. Way more than I did 1 year ago. But still, I'm scared. That's a good thing though. Kind of saves me from the Dunning-Kruger effect. Maybe I actually have the opposite. I just gotta find a neat little anchorage. So the wind didn't die down until about an hour ago, making it too late to keep going. So I'm right outside the harbor I stayed at last night, but I'm just gonna anchor to save money because the Norwegian currency is in free fall. 7 meters a second, gusting at 9 to 10. Those Dutch folks over there dragging their anchor, so they're getting closer. Well, the wind's really warm. It's blowing all my house flies out of the boat when I keep the hatch open, and the mosquitoes as well. Oh, man. It's super warm now. There's a thunderstorm coming, but I'm perched between my Dutch friends over there. Their mast is taller than mine. I got the wind turbines, so I'm hoping that's enough. I hate thunder. As you may know, I've done thunderstorms before. I'm chickening out, heading for harbor. You can feel the static in the air. This water has been with me all the way from Lillebælt, and I'm gonna finish it. I'm starting to have slight trust issues with the weather forecast because according to Windy, this is the exact same wind strength I had the other day when I had to turn around. I mean, I'm doing 2 knots, 12 nautical miles, it'll be 6 hours. It's probably gonna pick up. I guess complaining works because now I picked up. So it's about 7 meters a second, judging by the white caps, and I'm doing 4.5 knots, which means I get there pretty fast. Oh, fin båt! Jeg er på vei til Kiel! Kiel! Tyskland! Norge! Stavanger! Well, that was nice. Well, friendly visit. I just saw that guy tacking back and forth over there. I didn't pay much heed to it, so it's kind of a blind spot here with the mainsail. All of a sudden, he was straight in front of me. So I just threw myself over the autopilot, disengaged it, and went to the side. He just wanted to say hi and ask where I was from and where I was going. Whether it be sailing or hiking, the final hour of the day always seems to be the longest. This isn't the best spot to be right now. The sea stays pretty confused. So I'm just hoping I don't run out of power. Throw the anchor and put the 2-stroke on, which is not gonna work right now. Day 2 here in Grenaa. I'm so happy I'm not at sea. Just chilling out, doing my chores. I just left Grenaa. Problem now is that it's supposed to be 10 meters deep here, but I can actually see the bottom. This camera's waterproof. Might as well test it. So as you can see, I'm starting to fear a grounding here. There was supposed to be westerlies today coming from there, but it seems like we've got a sunbreeze swooping in. I thought I was gonna have to use the outboard all day since I was too late, but this is fine. I really gotta get myself one of those. Something feels off about the boat. Probably just growth, because usually I haul the boat up in June, but I didn't do that this year, as I'm gonna do it further south anyway. Started getting a headwind, but I just started using the engine low throttle because it's super light, so motor sailing into the wind's giving me a nice 3.5 knots. Means I'll get there before midnight. I'm getting to my waypoint over there. It's 2 nautical miles. And I'll just cross around that little cape there, make my way into Ebeltoft. I was just riding my bike to the grocery store, and on my way back, by chance, I came upon a maritime store. Since I'll be going to Germany, I don't want to get fined, so I bought a couple of things. This is the signal for anchoring in daylight. This is a motor sailing symbol, which means I can use my sails through the Kiel canal if there's wind. And I bought LED light bulbs for my lanterns because they're drawing like 30 watts. I could never work as a EOD tech. I would just blow myself up before I even got started. Moment of truth. I hope I got the polarity right. This is all brown and black wires, so got it mixed up. And this spaghetti here is pretty difficult to follow. I'm gonna have to clean that stuff up. As you may have seen previously, I already redid this part. It's just a bad fuse. I gotta swap that panel for some with automatic fuses. Luckily for me, this switch here was unoccupied, so I just rerouted it from here to here. So now it works. Only drawing 2 watts. The previous one used 20. I've been playing Assassin's Creed Black Flags a lot lately. And as it turns out, there's actually a real Age of Sail frigate in town. It's called Frigatte in Jylland. So that ship ought to be faster than the one I'm currently sailing. So I'm gonna go check it out. I really wanted to get that frigate because it's 100 feet long, 3 masts, hull speed of 12 knots. Would have got me further south much faster. Unfortunately, it was too well guarded, and even if I'd managed to board it, I wouldn't be able to sail it out because the sails weren't attached. So that would have taken me the better part of a week to get them all up, unless I would have pulled a Jack Sparrow. But there's got to be 2 boats for that. I sailed for 3 nautical miles after leaving the harbor in Ebeltoft, but after that I've just been motoring all day because the wind's been all dead. I used the electric for a couple of hours and now I'm down to the gas outboard. This island's called Samsa. As you can see, there's a bunch of sand cliffs here. If I were to start a paragliding school, it would be here because you can fly in any direction. Trying to find a spot for launching, but the wind's pretty cross still, and these cliffs doesn't leave a lot of room for landing if I bust out. There's a seagull, bunch of them, and they're soaring. But it's really good sailing weather too. Well, I'm on top of the cliff at least. I just gotta find somewhere to put the paraglider out. Super turbulent up here because the cliff is so steep. On the other island across the sound there, some say they're more rounded off, so then it's easier to launch. So the wind would have to be stronger and I would have to launch from the beach, but then again I wouldn't be able to land on the beach. So I'm gonna keep going. I think I discovered why the boat has been handling pretty weird lately. Usually I just get slime on the bottom paint, but now I've got some crust as well. So I've cleared some of it, but I'm gonna have to do a dive and do it properly because that's probably why I'm losing a knot all the time. Oh, that's better. I'm inching my way closer and closer to this little part, which I'm kind of dreading because it's marked as shifting sandbanks. And apparently there's this little funnel that I can get past. I'm gonna try to go around this marker and then head straight down here. But if I run aground, then I got the waves with me. So then I'll really run aground. They're just bombing straight across. We're going slowly though. Probably have a sonar. So here is nothing. We'll reach the marker. So I'm just gonna try to traverse this little treacherous stretch. If I don't ground, I will have saved between 12 and 15 nautical miles. Well, they're just blasting straight over there, so they might know something I don't. Or they're just as impatient as I am. Yeah. Oh, that's shallow, all right. So that marina was pretty full. I have these signs. If they're green, you can stay there, and if they're red, you can't. Usually people turn them green before they leave. So I'll just anchor with that sunset. Doesn't get much better. Well, that's a schooner. It's going pretty slowly, so. Oh man. We got too much crew. We're getting closer. This place is called Treacherous, which means the funnel. That ought to be fun. Probably means that once I'm in there, it's like a black hole crossing the event horizon. I really hope the current's going the right way though. Otherwise, it'll be the marine version of Interstellar. And I see some shit out of luck. It's going the other way. So I'm doing 1.4 knots now. I just hope this isn't one of those currents that turns around at 4 in the morning or something like that. But we'll see. Pretty turbulent here now though. It's been 16 hours. And now the currents finally turn around. It's getting pretty difficult to steer with the headwind and all. And the current's really strong. And it's not going straight either. It's pretty turbulent. So I'm getting tossed from side to side. And there's a lot of traffic. I mean, it could be raining. The current's going against the wind. And the wind's pretty light now, but still I can make headway with the gas outboard. So I'm gonna have to slung on through with the sails. Those guys just passed me. They're just going straight through the water. I don't even feel the waves in their 40-footer. And I'm just... So this sucks. The phone just died. I plugged it in, but I got 1% battery. So it could die at any moment. I really need it right now. There's the harbor. There's a lot of rolling seas, so I can't use the outboard. Mainsail got stuck on the way down. So I was heading straight for the rocks there. Oh, that was a relief. Well, I made it in the end. There's a maritime store here, so I'm gonna check that out tomorrow. Replace a couple parts for my rig. These are from the bottom of the mast. Needless to say, they're pretty worn out. I don't have the same speed as I did yesterday, but this is way more comfortable. Well, that's a cog, precursor to the galleon, and it's the kind of trade ship that the Hanseatic League would use in the 13th and 14th century. There's a storm brewing, as you can see here. It's gonna make life pretty difficult for me. So what I'm gonna do is that I'm gonna stop in the southernmost part of Denmark. I'll wait out the weather there, because there's a shop called Becalmed, and they've got lots of marine parts. So I'll make a proper reefing system first of all, because just tying this rope here doesn't really cut it. And I'm gonna go for a dive, and I'm gonna scrape the hull completely. Drawbridge is closed. So I gotta wait for half an hour. 21:38. Well, it's a good day to be ashore. So, mission accomplished. Got a new panel I'm gonna put here. Here's my reefing system. I'm gonna put it on the boom. Here we go. That looks the same. That's Germany, right over there. So I'm finally back to using my chart plotter. I know I've talked a lot of shit about it, but compared to a smartphone, I went for a dive yesterday and I've got a lot of growth in my hull. So I scrubbed a bunch of it off, but I was pranked by a seal, which scared the hell out of me. And that's it. I'm officially in Germany. So time to swap the courtesy flags. siphon system was really nice. These fine people have a shortcut across the shallows, so I don't have to go way out to sea to get in there. They're locals. So they offered to show me the way, and thanks to my new German friends, the shortcut paid off. It's Saturday, August 31st, and this is the end of Eastern Denmark and Northeastern Germany. Right here ahead of me is the Kiel Canal. Next time I'll be sailing through the canal back to the North Sea. I'll pass the Netherlands and go down to the English Channel. Thank you guys for watching. Have a nice day.